Alright everyone, today we are going to learn about the structure of a discursive essay. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to structure a discursive essay, use topic sentences to introduce subsequent paragraphs, and elaborate at least 3 points in the essay. First of all, what is a discursive essay? Well, discursive essays discuss issues and they don't need to present two sides of an argument, basically. The question usually asks the writer to give points to support a certain point of view, and it's only one side of the argument. You don't need to present two sides of the argument. So, for example, write about some of your classmates' annoying habits. You just need to give some examples of your classmates' annoying habits. You don't have to say whether it's good or bad. In a discursive essay, there should be at least 5 paragraphs. The first paragraph introduces the topic and is known as the opening or introductory paragraph. The next 3 paragraphs are each devoted to 1 point, and the last paragraph sums up your discussion of the topic and is known also as the conclusion. When it comes to writing your opening paragraph, you need to answer the question. And how do you do that? You use the same keywords in the question. And you also need to pick out a key phrase in the question and write a little bit more about it. So let me give you an example. Let's say you have the question like this: what advice would you give to students joining your school next January? So advice is the most important word. So you need to start your first paragraph by answering the question. The type of advice I would give students joining my school is, and you proceed to talk about the advice. And the key word that you want to elaborate about is students. So you will give a bit more examples of what kind of students you're talking about. So your paragraph should look something like this. There are many different pieces of advice I would like to impart to students joining my school next January. So if you notice, I used the exact words in the question. I used the word advice, I used the word students, and I used the words joining my school next January. Don't forget, guys, that the words in red are my teacher's notes. Please do not copy them when you write your answers. Next, I choose to elaborate about students and what kind of students I'm talking about. So I say that frequently these students are secondary 1 students who have just left primary school. Some of the students may be foreigners who have just started studying in Singapore, or even local students who have transferred from another secondary school. And then I proceed to say that these students can follow my advice. So that's all you need to do for paragraph 1. Now we talk about the next 3 paragraphs. Each of the next 3 paragraphs should have a different point for each paragraph. So you start each paragraph by writing a topic sentence for your point. Now don't forget, guys, that the topic sentence tells us what the paragraph is about. And we've been talking about topic sentences for some time now. Topic sentences are very important because they give you the point that the paragraph is about, and subsequently everything else is elaboration, talking about that point, giving evidence, giving examples, giving reasons. So the rest of the paragraph should have at least 2 types of elaboration, either reasons or examples or your personal experiences. So one more time, so you don't forget. Elaboration consists of reasons, opinions, personal experiences, and examples. To be very honest, your personal experiences are the least important. If you can, please go for reasons and opinion and examples over everything else. And repeat your topic sentence at the end of the paragraph so that you remind the examiner what you are talking about. Next, Let's look at this example here of paragraph 2. I start with a topic sentence first. Firstly, I advise all new students to arrive punctually for school every day. So this is your topic sentence. It's what your paragraph is about. And subsequently, I decide to elaborate by giving a reason why it is important to arrive punctually. So I say that arriving punctually allows you to start or rather the day calmly, and it also gives you a chance to catch up with your friends before lessons begin. So that's my second reason. More importantly, arriving punctually means you will not need to attend any detention classes. And that's my third reason. So you see, I can actually just give reasons all the way through. And, uh, and that really makes for a meaty and good paragraph. If I want to write a really long paragraph, I could even give one more reason why students should not be late. Um, I can start off by saying typically students who are late the first time need to run around the parade square a few times before heading to class. The next time the same student is late, he will need to attend a 2-hour detention class. If he's late for 3 times or more, his parents will be called in. So you can there is no stopping this if you really want to keep going on and giving reasons. But of course, if you feel that you've written enough, you can feel free to stop at the third reason. And I repeat my topic sentence one more time. Therefore, I urge all students to be on time. This is reinforcing my point. For the third paragraph, I give a new point. I say, secondly, you notice I start with the word secondly, that is our discourse marker. I advise all students to be serious in class. So that's your topic sentence. And subsequently, everything else is elaboration. I give a reason why I think respect is important. I say that some students like to fool around in class and disrupt the lesson. When teachers ask them to sit down, these students actually start a quarrel with the teachers. So that's your personal experience. And of course, what's so bad about misbehaving in class? I say that teachers will not hesitate to record such students' names down and refer them to the disciplinary master for further action. Depending on how many times these students are defiant, the school may choose to either suspend or expel them. So that's my reason for respecting the teacher. Furthermore, such students are generally quite unpopular with other students who dislike having lessons interrupted. So that's the second reason why you should respect the teacher and behave in class. And of course, we always end off by repeating our topic sentence in some way. Therefore, I urge all students to be serious in class. All right, our last point now, which is the fourth paragraph. Thirdly, that's my discourse marker. Thirdly, I advise all new students to study hard. And that's my topic sentence for the fourth paragraph. And of course, everything else is elaboration after that. Frequently, many new students think they have a lot of time to catch up with topics that they do not pay attention to in class. So the reason why you think this is important, you're giving the reason why you think all new students should study hard. The secondary one students are generally guilty of this as they have 4 or 5 years to go before their O levels. So these are examples of people who do these actions. Then I say, judging from my own experience, I have to say that time flies really quickly, and I have seen many of my friends who do not study either be retained or transferred to the normal academic or normal technical streams. So you're giving your own personal experience. The only way to make sure you do well for your examinations is to put in hard and consistent work. So I urge all new students to study hard. So you are repeating your topic sentence again. You always end off by repeating your topic sentence in some way. And if you notice, my paragraphs tend to be rather long. As long as you have a substantial paragraph, let's say about 5 sentences or so, I think you are pretty safe. You don't need to overwrite. But if you have a very short paragraph, like maybe say just 2 to 3 lines, then you are in trouble. So always think of it as writing more, but of course you must make sure that what you have to say is, it answers the question. But I would have to say that writing more generally reflects a little bit better on you in that you have a substantial point to make, and you're not simply just making a shallow point. Now we write our conclusion. You should repeat your 3 points again, and then you add in one new point, but you don't need to elaborate it. And then you end off your essay by answering the question again. So here I've written my conclusion. If you notice, I start with in conclusion. In conclusion is, of course, our discursive marker. We should use it to write our ending paragraph. There are many other great pieces of advice that I could give, such as being helpful and polite to your classmates. So this is my new point, but if you notice, I don't bother to give further elaboration. However, being punctual, serious, and hardworking are the most important points of advice I would give to new students. So if you notice, I repeat my 3 points again. And in addition, I answer the question again. If you notice, I try to always end off my essay by repeating the question in some way so that the examiner knows that we are answering the question. So, some points to remember. Do remember to use the formal register. What is the formal register? Please do not use contractions. For example, don't, can't, would, won't. Do not use slang like dude or hey. Never address the reader directly. I would like to share this advice with you. The word you definitely, you're addressing the reader, like he's face to face with you. So, and of course, please do use discourse markers, and transition words and phrases. For example, if you notice, I used firstly, secondly, thirdly, or however, or in conclusion. These words will point the reader in the direction that our thoughts are going. So if you say firstly, that's your first point. If you say secondly, that's your second point. So guys, if there's any questions, please do write them down and come see me. Thank you.